Welcome to another edition of Tremendous Job Interview Questions, Strong Advice for Hiring Managers. I'm Jim Roddy, President of Jameson Publishing and author of the book, Hire Like You Just Beat Cancer. Today's tremendous interview question is, give me an example of a valuable criticism you received. How did it help you, and how did you react to it? I've made a few notes here on the whiteboard behind me that I'd like to share with you. The first point about this question is, it will help you understand the level of criticism that the candidate has received in their current job or in previous jobs. Let me give you an example from our work at Jameson Publishing. Our entire team is made up of inside sales representatives, so they work here in our office in a cube environment. They get to overhear each other's calls. Their manager listens in on some of their calls as well. Well, you can imagine the level of criticism and feedback they received is vastly different from an outside sales representative who might have a manager ride along with them once a month, maybe once a quarter if they've been part of an organization for a very long time. So you're comparing as you're asking this question, geez, the level of criticism we give here, is that a similar environment as ours, or is it radically different from ours? But you don't want to compare out loud as you're talking with the candidate. You want to get details, but don't tip your hand to say, geez, that doesn't seem like a lot, because then suddenly the candidate will go, oh, I guess I'm not giving the right answer. Let me embellish a little bit more. You want to get the true answer of what environment they have experienced during their tenure. You want to keep digging with follow-up questions to find out, is it going to be an aversion for you, the level of criticism they received, or is it going to be just fine? Is it going to fit your culture, or is it nowhere close? Will it be too much of a culture shock if your organization gives regular feedback, just say has monthly reviews or quarterly reviews or annual reviews, and this person has worked in an environment for 10 years where they got no feedback whatsoever? Again, you don't knock the person out if it doesn't match exactly, but it could be a potential aversion for why they might or might not work out at your company. The second point with this question, you'll find out their attitude towards the criticism. Are they genuinely appreciative that they got the feedback? Wow, that really helped me. That made me become a better person. I really appreciated the honest feedback. Or are they offended that somebody dared to correct them? I've heard both attitudes, and you can imagine which one we prefer to have on our team. So we talk about, give me an example. You need to dig for specifics of how they reacted towards it. And just keep going on and saying, how else did you feel about it? What did you say to them? What did they say to you? You'll really find out many times the tone of how they answer will give you a lot of data in terms of the attitude as to how they feel. The final point I want to bring up is you want to test the candidate. So you ask this question and most people say, I appreciate feedback. Good feedback, constructive criticism really helps me out a lot. This is your opportunity to test them. We call it a one-for-one test. They're going to give you all sorts of examples. You can find out right there in the interview how they respond to the criticism. So you can, if you ask this question not right off the bat, if you ask it partway through the interview process, you'll probably have some feedback on a candidate to see what they could do better. Maybe they're a long talker. Maybe they're vague in their answers. So this is, at this point in the interview, you can say, great, you're easy handling criticism. Let me give you one and see how they react to it. One candidate we had said, I have absolutely no problem receiving feedback. And so we said to him, hey, a lot of your answers are long-winded and vague. Can you shorten them up a little bit and be more concrete in your answers? So even though he told us over and over, I have no problem receiving criticism, he got red-faced, he slumped down in his chair, and he was scared for the remainder of the interview. He was giving 1 or 2 or 3 sentence answers. And we're saying, no, that's not what we're looking for. We were looking for you to be succinct, but not completely clam up. He continued to be very nervous, and so we addressed it again. It took him 45 minutes, and he still wouldn't get out of that zone where once he heard criticism from us, he completely shut down. You can imagine we chose to not hire that candidate because he couldn't handle criticism, even in a minor form, let alone the regular feedback that we give at our organization. So again, no hard feelings, but we just found out it was a good fit. We'd rather find that out in the interview process than find out 1 or 2 months into the job and then it doesn't work out well for the candidate or for your organization. Well, that's all the time that we have for today, and that's just one of 258 tremendous interview questions from my book, Hire Like You Just Beat Cancer. For more information on hiring best practices or to order a copy of the book, visit the website at www.hirelikeyoujustbeatcancer.com. Thanks for watching and happy hiring!